The following is a hockey podcast out of Vancouver and Surrey, British Columbia. It'll only consist of a lot of puck talk and even more BS, or in actual words, banter and satire. Enjoy, and as always, go Canucks go.
You're Locked On Canucks, your daily podcast on the Vancouver Canucks. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
People. We back doing this, and that's giving you another episode of Locked On Canucks, the postcast version of, again, this program. And yeah, the Canucks lose. They get their asses kicked by the Pittsburgh Penguins. I don't care what you say about the shots on goal and how we played in the first and how we played in the third. The Canucks got rocked by one of the worst teams in hockey. And it is what it is, right? Half their players in the hospital, and Quinn Hughes just not being good enough. You know what I'm saying? For real. Anyways, comment. Boom, bam, we got this from Zach saying, I just have to mention our entire team looked mid tonight. Okay, well, most of our team is medium at best, especially with all these injuries. Okay, and we're talking just about the Vancouver Canucks. And if the Canucks want to do anything, especially in dire times like this, and want to pick up points prior to acquiring more knowledge about all their injuries and Filipino, they need Quinn Hughes to rise above the mid consistently, because I think I've had enough of mid Quinn Hughes or whatever version of Quinn Hughes this is. Again, I give him a B+ for the week, but all in all, we need to see some A+ Quinn Hughes ASAP, because this team, outside of like Thatcher, Demko, just needs some saving from their big three, right? Elias Pettersson, Thatcher, Demko, and Quinn Hughes. Elias Pettersson, we'll talk about this later. We're going to read a lot of comments as well regarding this. So you guys produced a show for me. I'll talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. But Elias Pettersson definitely warming up. That play was so beautiful in the first period. That line that he was on dominated in the first period. If Adam Foote isn't coaching like Willie Desharnais and rolling all four lines 5-on-5 in the second period, then maybe we can, succumb to, did I use that word right? Maybe we don't crumble in 3 minutes. Because again, guys like Drew O'Connor and Joe Lebate playing more 5-on-5 time than Elias Pettersson in the second period. Not good enough, especially when he's playing better. All in all, Quinn Hughes, he's not getting benched. He's not playing not a lot of minutes. He's playing the most, and we just need to see more from him. For real. We do. Especially in these times. Like, I'm not going to call Nashville a must-win game, but when you're playing Montreal and Edmonton on the weekend on a back-to-back, like, this is the easy one. Even when half your players are in the hospital. For real. Comment. Nancy saying, I wonder what's up with Quinn. And I don't know. I think it's just a timing thing. I don't think it's an injury thing. Please don't put that in my mind. I don't want to say that. I feel as if the only times Quinn Hughes has looked like this in his past is when he has been injured. But I'm just going to assume it's a timing thing. I also want to assume that it does have a lot to do with like the players around him too. A lot of changes. The structure's different. The positioning of a lot of these players are just not on cue right now. And again, Quinn Hughes is so instinctual. The way he likes to break out the puck, people have to be where they're exactly supposed to be. And again, all those details are not there right now. All in all, though, defensively speaking, Quinn Hughes is just, I don't know. He's only right like 75% of the time, 80% of the time. And when Quinn Hughes as a defensive defender is not right, he's getting bodied too much and losing too many puck battles. And his timing, again, it's just off. It's just off. For real. For real. Anyways, comment. This comment goes to a geometric sphere universal intelligence. Okay, Quinn Hughes is saving himself for the Olympics. Obviously not. That's not the truth. Quinn Hughes, a prideful member of Vancouver, wants to do the most for the city. And I'm just assuming it's a timing thing. And again, he's so competitive. He knows he has to be better. But the jig is up. Like, again, everyone gets like this 10-game sample size, this 15 to 20 game sample size to find their footing. And again, this is kind of rare territory for a guy that's been really, 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 really strong for like 145 straight games. We're so used to this guy just being so dominant game in and game out. So much to the point where, again, if Quinn Hughes is dominant today and is himself, like it's not jargon to say that single-handedly, if I said that word right, single-handedly, I think I said it right the second time. Again, I went to ESL. All in all, though, if Quinn Hughes is right, if he's perfect, he could beat the Pittsburgh Penguins by themselves because that's a bad hockey team. And I'm sorry, Pittsburgh Penguins fans. I know you guys whooped us 5-1, and that's the worst thing you want to hear from the opposing team's fan base when, again, you just whooped us. Again, the Canucks are the Canucks, too. They're not that great of a team as well. But, yeah, Quinn Hughes at his best. Just like Thatcher Demko when he's at his best. Like, if Thatcher Demko's in net today and he's at his best, maybe we get a point today. Like, those type of guys can do the most, especially against mid to bad teams. And, yeah, again, a time crunch, not knowing when the help is coming, all your players in the hospital. The Canucks can survive, and we talked about this earlier today, but only if Quinn, Elias, and Thatcher Demko and Kevin Lankinen, for real, play at the top of their game. And Quinn is just not there right now. And again, that's okay because he's been so good for so long, but it feels like the jig is up. Like, okay, you had your little seven game sample size here, your little warm up, and we need you to dominate Nashville. And we need you to be good this weekend, for real. Because the best of the best players, they don't take 10 to 12 games off. You know, well, sometimes they do, but this team cannot handle that right now. Quinn Hughes, please come back. We know you're coming back. Again, the jig is up. And again, the Pittsburgh Penguins just whoop Quinn Hughes and the Vancouver Canucks. Yo, shout out to Archer Shelovs as well. How does that make you guys feel? Again, you already know how I feel about Archer Shelovs. Good dude, hero type of person, best human being ever. In fact, it's probably a good thing that he's in America now. But let's not get political because, yeah, again, that place needs more people like Archer Shelovs. And yeah, he only allowed one goal, but this dude had an easy night tonight. Most goalies are winning that game for the Pittsburgh Penguins, okay? It is what it is, right? The Canucks tired, players hurt, AHL lineup, Quinn Hughes not at his best. Like, you do the math, like this was inevitably going to happen. It's a war of nutrition and things catch up to you, right? Father time, can you use that saying? Father time wins every battle. At the end of the day, this was in line to be an easy night for Archer Shelovs, and it definitely was. I wonder if it was harder for him. Would he step up and be somewhat elite? Because we've seen it in the past. Like, this dude is clutch, and this was a big game for him. And even though it was an easy one, I'm sure he's understanding that this was probably his favorite regular season win of all time, right? Like, this was a big one. So kudos to Archer Shelovs doing your thing. And yeah, more comments. DZ the Faded saying, yo, third game of 4 nights. This is a classic tough spot. Yo, guys, I know. Trust me. That was an embarrassing performance, but again, they have that excuse to fall back on. And let's be real. Did I have the best day at work today? No, I'm kind of under the weather. Okay, I got to go home early and sleep this off. I sucked at work today too. It happens. And I didn't have to travel, across America and play 4 hockey games in like 80 hours. I did have to drive an hour in and out of work though, which is tough. It's tough. All in all though, things happen. It is what it is. And let's just beat Nashville. Again, let's put our energy towards Nashville. And this was kind of bound to happen at some point on this 5-game road trip. Like if the Canucks win tonight and they play well, maybe they get their ass kicked on the last day of the road trip against Nashville and thus finish 4-1. But here we are having an opportunity not to want to be embarrassed in back-to-back nights and still playing like a mid-team. Like, even with all these injuries, the Vancouver Canucks should be able to beat Nashville, especially with Demko in net. And you still have a chance to go 4-1, which, again, looking at the schedule ahead and just looking at that 10-game benchmark, like, if the Canucks can get to 5 to 6 wins after 10 games with all these injuries and all these absences, that's a good start. So we got to get that done. And let's get that 5th win against Nashville in a couple of days. Next comment. Man, oh man. This is a good comment right here. Sean Big Johnson. The biggest Derek Forbort fan of all time. In fact, I think Sean Big Johnson is the agent of Derek Forbort, or Derek Forbort's burner account, okay? Because Derek Forbort, well, a UFA at the end of the season, always which seems to be like a tweener type of guy, always signing these short-term deals, Winnipeg, Boston, and in Vancouver for his second year. And last year, right, based on the analytics, which we'll get into in a bit, considering, Elias Pettersson played a little less than Drew O'Connor after 2 periods. Yeah, Derek Forbort, man, analytically speaking, one of the best PKers in the league last season. And I don't want to say historically speaking, but in his career, he's just been that guy, consistent penalty killer. And with Derek Forbort in the lineup, as Sean Big Johnson is alluding to, the Canucks were 9 for 9 on the penalty kill. And without him, they've allowed 7 power play goals in their last 19 attempts. And this team is just so undisciplined. So undisciplined. Too undisciplined. Too many offensive zone faceoffs. Too many men on the ice penalties. Too many stupid penalties. And without Derek Forbort, they're having a tough time killing these. And look at us, man. Game 7, Game 8. Maybe this speaks for our depth, but man, oh man, do the Vancouver Canucks miss Derek Forbort? One more comment, then we'll get to the break and do report cards. Man, oh man, again, the Canucks get their asses kicked by the Pittsburgh Penguins. But that's life, baby. That's life. Smell the roses. They're somewhere, and at least we're 4-3. Callum Sandu saying they can already call this road trip a win. I don't know about that. Again, if this team wants to make the playoffs and impress Quinn Hughes and have success, they got to get the 4th one. Because, again, Saturday and Sunday against Montreal and Edmonton. Like, how is Montreal going to dice up our defense considering, all the forwards that are injured and how, Pittsburgh was able to, do that in the second period of tonight's game? Like, Montreal is high octane, okay? Making hockey cool again, great again in Montreal, right? It's way better when it is. And I feel like a lot of those young guys, they're feeling swaggy, they're feeling saucy, especially on a Saturday night on the West Coast. They're going to want to put on a show, and it's going to be tough to, again, pick up those 2 points and then the 2 points the day after against the Oilers. For me, it's like, win against Nashville. Just do it. Get those 2 points. Get to win number 5. And then by the time the weekend ends, it's what? Let me do my math. You'd have 8 games played. You'd have 10 games played, right? You'd have 10 games played, and 5-5 is a lot better than 4-6. I know I shouldn't be doing this, right? I know I shouldn't be doing this. I should assume we're going to win every game, but these 10-game benchmarks that teams like to base their season off, let's go 500. Let's go 500 for sure, and we can guarantee that with a win against Nashville. Anyways, we'll run report cards on the other side. Everyone hit the like button. The Canucks lose today. I know it sucks, and that game was complete ass. For real. I'm sorry to put a fart sound on the podcast. That's the worst thing ever, but that game was a waste of time. Adam Foote, if you're gonna play Drew O'Connor just as much as Elias Pettersson after 2 periods, please put out a warning so that people know they don't gotta watch tonight's game. Okay? Anyways, report cards on the other side. You're listening and watching Locked On Canucks. Today's episode is brought to you by FanDuel. You know the deal. FanDuel is Trevor's favorite game. His daughter likes to play too. Allegedly, she's 18 years old, so she's allowed to play. Let's just say that. Anyways, FanDuel is giving you a great deal if you're a new customer. You place a $5 bet. If, again, you're a new customer, you win your bet, and you get $300 in bonus bets on FanDuel.com. That is a beautiful thing, okay? So make a parlay, get in on the action, bet in on all the NFL stuff. I can't believe it's week 8. And again, make a parlay, make a play, and win it. And if you're a new customer, boom, bam, $5 gets you what? $300 in bonus bets if you win your first bet. Again, visit FanDuel.com for all of that. Go Packers, go. And let's get back to today's program, okay? And talk about the Canucks getting their ass kicked by Pittsburgh. People, we back doing this, and that's talking about your Vancouver Canucks. My name is Kyle Bowen, and it happened. We got our asses kicked. The 3-game winning streak is over, and that was another bad day of hockey. And again, I was about to say something. Unless you want me to say it, I'll say it, but I don't want to say it. Let's just read the comment. Callum saying Drew O'Connor played better than Bambi tonight, a.k.a. Elias Pettersson, and that's not the case. It isn't. And look at Zach. Drew O'Connor has been an absolute pylon all season long. Pylon, man, that's a strong word. Zach, I know you work out, but I'm pretty sure Drew O'Connor could DDT you through a table. Right? That's just the truth. You never know who's watching. And you know what? Never mind. Drew O'Connor seems like a guy who watches MASH. Remember that show, MASH? Most boring show in the world. That's a Drew O'Connor show. Anyways, Drew O'Connor, I think through 2 periods had like 9 minutes of ice time, or yeah, it was like 9:02, and I'm pretty sure like Elias Pettersson, penalty killing forward Elias Pettersson, power play goer Elias Pettersson through 2 periods had like 11 and a half minutes. And think about this one. After dominating in the first period with Connor Garland and Jake DeBrusk, right? I think they were just in the pluses all first period long in their minutes played. Boom, bam. Next thing you know, after 2 periods, that line had the least amount of minutes played amongst all their forward lines at 5-on-5. Like, you know how embarrassing that is? There's Niels Amon, Max Hassan, and Joe Lebate, and Elias Pettersson's line after dominating in the first period. I don't care how many penalties we have to kill, and I don't care about all that math. I'm just saying, you know how embarrassing it is to quote-unquote forfeit a game to the Pittsburgh Penguins by making sure, Joe Lebate's line played more than Elias Pettersson's line at 5-on-5 in the second period. And, we've seen this case with Adam Foote so far this season. At times, he likes to roll all 4 lines, and that's cool and all to some extent. But, we need to get Elias Pettersson really going. And him and Connor Garland, like, they're forming on, I would say, I don't want to say an unreal amount of chemistry, but you look at that goal they scored today, right off the top. That was a beautiful play by Elias Pettersson after he got the puck from Philip Hronek. Just a beautiful tip pass. That's peak Elias Pettersson. Connor Garland does the rest. And how did they get rewarded? With barely any minutes together, 5-on-5 in the second period. And maybe somebody's watching this and they played hockey before on ice. And it's like, it's a long season. You need to preserve the minutes. These guys penalty kill. They do all this. I know we have Joe Lebate as our 3rd-line center, 4th-line center, whatever it is, but we got to roll 4 lines and save the bacon. I've never used that term, save the bacon. You got to save the gas, okay? You can't just play these guys 20-plus minutes a game. Yeah, you have to, okay? You have to. Right now, you have to. And, Elias Pettersson has taken 21 months off. He hasn't helped us in 21 months. Right now, he's going. He's feeling it. Again, Elias Pettersson shooting the puck all game long. That's the biggest positive from today's game. He wanted it. Was he at his best powers offensively? Like when he wanted it? No. You can still see he has a lot of, room to, get room to grow as far as, getting back to his peak. But at least we're seeing the demand of the puck and the want to fire it. And man, oh man, just play the guy who took 21 months off of helping this team as much as possible and just let him carry us. Because that's what we paid him to do. And Adam Foote, multiple times this year, in my opinion, just not doing a good enough job deploying like the minutes, okay? For real. And correct me if I'm wrong. Connor Garland and Elias Pettersson just looking so good together at times. I just want to see that more and more often. Like, play them every 3 shifts. Why not? Because, again, these points matter. Anyways, let's run report cards here on Locked On Canucks. Okay. This one's going to be quick and easy. And we'll start at the bottom with Kevin Lankinen. Kevin Lankinen gets a C. I'm one of those guys, who I would say puts Kevin Lankinen on a pedestal. I expect a lot from him. And now in 2 of his last 3 starts, or 2 of his first 3 starts to start the season, he hasn't been a savior. And I know it's hard to lean on goaltending doing all the work for this team, but just based on how important it is for this team to pick up points and how many injuries they have, I just wish we left this game with more confidence that this dude was just hard to score against. And yeah, Pittsburgh had, I would say they capitalized on a lot of their grade A looks, like Crosby in the slot, no screen, that's going in. Anthony Mantha gets gets uber powerful and just bowls over Max Hassan and has an easy tap in after Evgeny Malkin takes the puck away from DPD, who struggled today. And yeah, there was some easy work for Pittsburgh. I would have just loved to see or hear some more great save Lankinen, because that's what this team needs. And 5 goals again against just not good enough. Kevin Lankinen's got to be better. And I mean, he's going to get a start on the weekend. Maybe he's saving it for that, right? Because those games against Montreal and Edmonton, whatever one he gets, like, he's going to have to be on top of his game. Linus Karlsson, I thought Linus Karlsson was really good today. Like, he was hungry. He was quick. More noticeable than Jake DeBrusk. I'm going to give Linus Karlsson a B. Evander Kane, I'm going to give him a B-. It's never a good look to have, like, Evander Kane be your most noticeable forward off the wing and generating all these chances. I think he took a penalty too, but at least he got chances. And yeah, maybe he's like a foot behind or a step behind his normal pace, or maybe this is what he is at 34 with multiple surgeries. But, I'm sleeping more with the fact that he just had multiple surgeries or whatever last year, right? He missed the whole season. It's going to take some time. And like, Evander Kane was noticeable. You know what? I'm going to bump him up to a B instead of a B-. Neil Zaman, C+. Jake DeBrusk, a C. Like, Jake DeBrusk, we need you. The team needs you to do more. Now, they say power forwards take longer to rev up. I wonder why that is. Can somebody break it down to me in the comments? Maybe we'll end the episode on that comment. But again, just based on the injuries, Jake DeBrusk cannot be invisible, okay? Max Hassan, let's give him a B. Tyler Myers, a C. Too many turnovers. And we'll get to Quinn very soon. Quinn Hughes turning over the puck a lot too, and Tyler Myers doing it as well. The trickle-down effect from that, man. Just the carelessness, just spewing all night long with the decor, and just not good enough for Tyler Myers. And I know people have loved this play. I think he's got 3 points in 7 games now, and he's been strong, and he's had to put some serious work in this season early on. But I'm just not comfortable with this guy being a top 4 defenseman on a good team. He's too mistake prone. So less is more with Tyler Myers, and again, with all these injuries and whatnot, I don't know if we're going to see that. Okay, Atu Ratu, I'm going to give him a B. I thought he played a heavy game. Not a super clean game, but it was heavy. B-. Kiefer Sherwood, let's give him a B. He was all over the place. You know what? A B+. I actually like the heaviness of his game today. Just drilling people. But again, he played a lot, a bit careless with the puck. Tried to be hero too many times. Led to some mistakes. Has some defensive woes in his own zone too when he tries to do too much. But at least he did something. He laid the boom. Like, Pittsburgh is happy they don't got to see Kiefer Sherwood for quite some time because he did something. Straight up. Quinn Hughes, let's give him a C. Just not good enough. We need more from him. It's been 7 games. The guy needs to bring it more. We got Elias Pettersson, the center. I'm going to give him a B as well. Yeah, I blame Foot for not getting Elias in the game as much. But again, just a B. The first period was great. Thanks for shooting a lot throughout the game. Again, I'm excited to see you play against Nashville because I do see you revving up. But yeah, I want to see 2 to 3 point games. Okay, get that on Nashville. You're getting there. DPD, I'm going to give him a C. Too many turnovers this year. And we saw that today on the Malcolm play. I think it was the 3-1 goal. Just not good enough. End of the shift, end of a long shift, end of a powerful shift from the Saison line. And DPD, man, I know you got Malkin coming down on you, and that's intimidating for a young guy, but he just bats the puck out of midair, and it's obviously going to hit Malkin. Malkin's like 8 feet tall and like 500 pounds. He's just a wide dude, a girthy dude, and it led to a breakdown, and it led to a goal. And again, I just want to see less turnovers from that guy. Marcus Pettersson, I don't know. He was, I don't know, a B, a strong B, maybe a B+. Just a B. Marcus Pettersson, solid always. And Marcus Pettersson, for some reason, gets a penalty in the 3rd period. The referees, man, I'm not blaming them for the loss tonight because I feel like we got away with some things as well. But just the refereeing is just so inconsistent in this damn league. Drew O'Connor, a C. Like, I don't know. What does this guy do? Plays a heavy game, skates fast. I don't know. I know Dakota Joshua's not doing much in Toronto, but Pius Suter's doing a lot in St. Louis, and I just wonder, like, should we have just saved our money and paid Pius Suter? The answer is yes. Philip Roenick, I'm going to give him a strong B. Part of me wants to give him a B plus because just the way he was activating himself in the third period, it was just fun to watch. So much so that I'm like, do we need to split up Quinn Hughes and Philip Hronek for a bit? Do we? I mean, that would give us less Tyler Myers. It would. It would. Joe Lebate, let's give him a C plus or C. It would have been nice, 4-1 game, maybe get in the mix, try to wake up the boys. RC Baines, I'm going to give him a C plus. Guy's falling down a lot. You know what I'm saying? Stay on your feet. He's playing with a lot of excitement, a lot of jump, but just falling down too much. All that being said, I still am excited to see what that line can do, especially against Nashville, not the strongest of opponents. There was room for this line to score a couple points today. You saw it; they were just better than some of the Pittsburgh Penguins players, but the execution wasn't there. And RC Baines, you could be better. Connor Garland, a B, and a POJ, a C. Let's be real. Tom Willander's playing on Thursday. That was report cards. Let's get to some more comments and end off today's episode here. Again, this is called Locked On Canucks. Hit the like button, support the show. Go Canucks, go. And your comments. Man, oh man. Mother Nucker saying Philip Hronek has been carrying Huggy more. Hronek was carrying us more than Huggy in the third. Good to see. Sorry, I almost like paraphrased that comment so much so. But yeah, do we want to see Hronek play without Quinn Hughes for a bit? I think so. Just for a bit. For real. And I wonder if there's a chance we get more out of Philip Hronek. Because some of the stuff he was doing in the third period tonight, again, against a bad Pittsburgh team, there's so much opportunity today. Like, if you really look at it, even with a weak team, like, we could have got the 2 points tonight, especially after the first 10 minutes. All in all, though, Philip Hronek looked kind of special at some points, and he has the skill set. He has the jump. He has the awareness. And I wonder if, we strip him away for Quinn just for a bit. We see more of that. And if we do, can he carry his own pair? We saw it last year. He can. And does that allow Tyler Myers to play less? Probably. Next comment. Smirky saying, are you going easy on our guys, or does the score not reflect the game overall? I'm going easy, but I think it was a 5-1 game. I feel like Pittsburgh just dominated that second period, and they had a couple grade A looks. Right? And Kevin Lankinen didn't bail us out. And up until the 5-1 mark and like the 15-minute mark of the third period, that's when the Canucks were kind of like generating third grade B chances. Right? It was a 5-1 game. Like, the Canucks just didn't do much, and Pittsburgh was a better team. That's just the truth. Ethan saying invisible 11.6. Fair enough. If you want to talk about me being light on our players, let me know in the comments and we'll read it tomorrow, okay? Like, I got to get out of here. I'm not feeling 100%. But am I being too nice to Elias Pettersson? I think he's got 3 points in his last 4 games, and I'm talking about him being like Gretzky or him being completely back. But I feel like his last 4 games have been way more noticeable than anything he's done in the last 21 months. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. And yeah, NGK saying Pettersson's got to get more of his shots on net, but at least he is shooting. I think Thomas Drance was saying 5-on-5. Elias Pettersson had like 8 5-on-5 shots on goal through 6 games. And I think he had 1 power play shot. Like, think about that. That's crazy. Especially for me, considering I've been bragging about this guy for the past 5 days. You know what I'm saying? But I'm telling you, he's warming up. I guarantee it. I feel like I've watched a lot of sports, and he hasn't taken a step backwards in the last 4 games. And again, today he was trying to shoot more, which is something we've been asking for. And I feel like he's kind of learning more and more about himself and reminding himself that, like, this is when hockey's the most fun, when I'm just doing whatever the puck I want. Like, I don't have to defer to my teammates all the time. And, oh, yeah, let me make this beautiful tip pass in the neutral zone because I'm cerebral as puck. And I can do this and most players can't, and get the puck over to Connor Garland and boom, bam, we score a goal. He's warming up. He's warming up. Last call. Bob Joyner saying Elias Pettersson should be playing 20 minutes a night, and Lankinen was not good. He has to be better. And P.O. Joseph was surprising considering he hasn't played. And Drew Mungus saying Ratu had more ice time than Pettersson this game. I don't know if that's true or not. I could be, because, again, I just told you, like, what happened in the second period. I just haven't looked at the box score post third period. But, yeah, Adam Foote, we'll just end it on this note. Just not good enough. Like, ride your guys. Pause. Ride your guys. Just do it. Your top guys. Like, again, is this fair to say Elias Pettersson took 21, 22 months off helping this team win games? He's warming up. Let him do it. Let him carry the load. Let him be the most tired after games. For real. Let his body go through it. Why did he gain the 13 pounds? For real. Put the pressure on Elias Pettersson. I think he can handle it based on how he's been playing in recent history. And again, 3 points in four games, and I'm bragging about it. But I don't know. I kind of want to see it. I just want to see Elias Pettersson put this team on his back, and he can't do that. Playing five and a half minutes of 5-on-5 ice time through what, like 2 periods? Is that number correct? Only playing 11 minutes when Joe Lebate, your third line center, your fourth line center, through 2 periods? Like, again, let's stop doing that. And if you're going to do that, please tell us before the game starts so we all don't got to watch, because you know how that's going to end. Anyways, that was another episode of Locked On Canucks. Do us all a favor, hit the like button, and just pray for me, man. I don't want to get sick. I don't want to get sick, and I feel something coming. What? Okay, you know what? All right, you know what? I got to get out of here. My name's Kyle Bound, KYLEBHAWAN. Thanks so much. One love to all y'all. Go Canucks, go. And let's go beat Nashville. Peace.
You're Locked On Canucks, your daily podcast on the Vancouver Canucks. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.